Hello and welcome, lucky gamers. So, the Jiu Niangzhi, trying to pronounce her name, I'm really bad with it. But the Extreme Talent is out. This is gonna show us a little bit better understanding of her kit. I always like these Extreme Talent videos. I'm really happy when they make them. So let's go ahead and watch this so we can learn a little bit more about her kit without having to worry about translations and stuff like that. So let's go ahead and get into this. Love these videos, by the way.
Extreme talent. The storm brings frequent anomalies, and also more development and field missions. Sadly, combat is not my thing. Luckily, data analysis is. Here, I'll walk you through the abilities of every arcanist. Please, Miss Tyder.
4F4B. Okay.
Jiu Niangzhi, a special girl from the mysterious East. Rumor has it that she lived like an animal in the mountain when she was little. She had been isolated from the human world before she was adopted by a local arcanist. One of our staff members already communicated with her, and her comment was, she is illiterate and stubborn, yet very bold. Well, I guess we can call her bold when it comes to the research and application of liquor.
Oh yeah.
As we all know, too much liquor is bad for people's health, and Jiu Niangzhi has a strong proof of that. Her first skill, Bottoms Up, deals reality damage to one enemy.
You know about
When
that.
in liquor status, she will consume certain stacks of liquor to launch an extra attack. The more liquor consumed, the higher the extra attack's damage. Her second
so
skill,
it looks like 3
Bai
stacks
Zhou
is the
Ladle,
max.
is under a new incantation category I unintentionally saved for this moment. Channel. Channel incantations don't work immediately on cast, but they work better than other incantations when they take effect. When she enters channel status, Jiu Niangzhi will gain certain stacks of cheers and liquor. When the next round starts, if the channel status hasn't been interrupted, she will launch an extra Bottoms Up. By consuming cheers, she can even increase the extra attack's damage significantly. And lastly, her ultimate, Bai Zhou and Mayhem, deals enormous reality damage to all enemies. The fewer the enemies, the higher the damage taken by each target. If she has certain stacks of liquor when she casts the ultimate, this attack will consume them to increase penetration rate. Otherwise, she will gain certain stacks of cheers and liquor. Liquor, the treasure from Dionysus, and
So
the
cheers and
muse for
liquor.
all people of letters. You may want to make liquor yourself. That's why we need this. The Everything Brewer.
There are certain parts of the
Add in
country I live
anything
where
you
you
like,
cannot
and
make
the
liquor by
arcane power
yourself.
inside
So
will shorten the fermentation time. Within 4 minutes,
don't go
you will
around
get
trying to make liquor for
enjoy
yourself.
liquor with unexpected flavors. It's much more fun to use than the coffee machine in Laplace. All right, sour fruits, rolling bark, and milky grains all go in. Now, let's check out what else Jiu Niangzhi has got during the fermentation. After the first insight, she will gain several stacks of liquor upon entering the battle.
Okay.
She will also gain liquor at the end of every round. The more buffs carried by allies, the more liquor she will gain.
Nice.
After
It's not
Insight
Eureka,
3,
but similar.
when a round starts,
So like 6
if
is
she
Eureka.
is in liquor status, she will gain one of the buffs from Collection of Buffs.
Which is going to
Wow,
be
looks
ultimate
like liquor
damage,
is more useful than I thought.
leech
I
rate,
completely
damage
understand how she
reduction,
fights now. Usually,
and
she casts Bottoms Up and consumes
skill
liquor
incantation
to
damage,
launch
I
extra
believe.
attacks with higher damage.
But
And by
we'll see how that-
casting Bai Zhou Ladle at the last AP of the round, she can gain liquor without interrupting Bottoms Up.
Oh. So you
What if she
need to
runs out of
I3R.
liquor?
Okay.
Bai Zhou and Mayhem will solve the problem easily.
The ult solves that problem. Okay.
It's the smell of liquor. Strong and mellow.
6596775
Bro, that part
You
always
are
gets me.
underage.
He's like,
6861
come on.
6861. Haha.
Okay, so learned a lot. The character cycles around having her cheers and liquor buffs. We kind of already knew that, right? Liquor is going to be very important. The buff is probably gonna get changed to global because I don't think they want to have liquor as a buff. We'll see, but as of CN, it's gonna be called liquor. So the character gets more liquor stacks by having characters with buffs. So as they showed, 6 is a really great character, but if you don't have 6, that's not an issue. You can still use characters like Soneto, characters like Ann and Lee, other characters who give buffs pretty much like all the time. You don't want to have a character that only can give buffs off of ults and stuff like that because it's just not going to be as helpful for her. So you can still do other characters other than 6. It's just that 6 is really good because he provides buffs like pretty easily, right? And his buffs are really good. She also gives herself buffs, and then if you have like a healer, you would use a healer that has series of buffs as well. I think the only healer that really applies a buff is like Soneto. I think there's Balloon Party and Medicine Pocket. There we go. So yeah, so those healers will help her out and being able to get her liquor buff. Also, the ult, as we know, the ult does extra damage to when you have less target. So it's an AoE mass attack ult, does less target, does more damage to less targets, which they showed here. I was going to try to go through it, but it's fine. And then the more important thing about the character is that you can get a free cast of ability based off of how many stacks that you have, right? You're wanting to maximize the liquor stacks that you have in order to get a stronger follow-up attack. From what I read on the character when we translated, this was not considered a follow-up attack. Gonna have to play and see if this will give Eureka stacks of 37. Not that they really have the greatest place to be played, but if she is able to do a follow-up attack pretty easily, then you can have, you know, maybe Jiu Niangzhi, or Niangzhi. So sorry. You could have a new character paired up with 37, and then maybe do something with like, you know, a Lilia or a Babel or somebody, just like some other crazy teams. It would be nice as a follow-up attack. We'll have to wait and see. But other than that, the character's kit looks really fun. The channel ability is really interesting. So before you get to I3, you can interrupt it by casting an ability, but you don't want to do that. You want to channel it. So that's where the character is a little AP friendly, because you're going to channel that ability. And it seems we're going to be really focusing on the channel, and the attack is just going to be there to use it, but it feels like the channel is going to be really what you want to focus on to get those extra attacks. And then probably let that go to level 3, but I'll show all of that when we get the character, exactly what I'm talking about. What's really exciting, as well as I saw, this boss right here looks insane. And it's 2 health bars, so potential boss maybe for a raid, but I know this is going to be the event boss right here. But this looks really cool. And the fewer the enemies, the higher the damage taken by each target. So this is going to be doing a little extra damage. We have to see like how much it is. I hope they give us numbers of how much the extra damage. We still don't have numbers for the character, but it does help that we get to see this. So hopefully this is really helpful. If you guys want to watch this video, it's on the Reverse 99 Hong Kong. Really good video. I love all the extreme talents, and you can look at the extreme talents from previous characters as well. If you still have some questions about characters like Kala, she's up there. and same thing as Shemaine and the 1.4 characters. Anyways, guys, tomorrow we're going to be getting the character. Really excited. Hope you guys are there. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. You lucky gamers, have a good one. Lucky Lex out.